I'd say hello, but you're obviously anxious to start.
Fight.
Hello there.
This is the Star Wars fighting game you've been looking for. This is Force Combat by Last Jawa, and it's freaking incredible. You can relive iconic battles like Obi-Wan versus Anakin, Darth Vader versus Luke, Ahsoka versus Darth Maul, and one of the most epic lightsaber duels of all time, Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul on Tatooine and from that little campfire. That's not it, is it? Please tell me that's not it. But in all seriousness, I am exploring this game today, checking it out because Mortal Kombat, the movie, releases today. I'm super excited for Mortal Kombat. If you're excited for it, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. But I thought, what better way to celebrate the release of Mortal Kombat than by checking out this Force Combat Star Wars inspired game, which has a lot of Mortal Kombat elements in it. And I'm so thankful that Last Jawa took so much time and dedication to make this fan project. Again, it is absolutely incredible. So let's dive into the modes. First of all, I'm going to keep this simple and tell you what modes are in the game. There's Path of the Force, Movie Towers, Versus, Online, and Training mode. The only mode that I had time to go into was the Versus mode because I really wanted to go in there and create my own movie type battles to relive those moments. Of course, you have a lot of characters as well in this game. You got characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Yoda, Rey, Kylo Ren, and even characters like the Seventh Sister and Darth Malgus, which were awesome to play with. And then apparently there's even more characters that you can unlock as well, including Mace Windu and Ventress and many more. Check out this full roster here. Very impressive stuff indeed. I was blown away by this. And then we can't forget about the battle arenas, and there's just as many arenas as there are characters. It's insane how much work went into this fan-made project. So you got arenas like Coruscant, Naboo Power Core and Vent Shaft, Geonosis Arena and Hangar, Dathomir, Utapau, and so many others like Mustafar, and of course the iconic freezing carbon chambers. Now, in terms of gameplay, there's actually a lot of depth with this game. You have the basic moves, of course, but then on top of that, you have your specials as well, which require, some type of combo input on your controller. Now, let's go over the basic moves first, which include your standard set of moves, such as the low punch, low kick, high punch, high kick, throw, and block, which is very important because, of course, when the enemy AI was attacking me, I had to utilize that block many times. Now, in regards to specials, these were really cool, and they were actually really easy to pull off, which I was thankful for. Of course, you do have to build up a meter first before you can use your special abilities. So you can't just, spam your special moves in this game. So, there's moves like Ahsoka's saber throw, which is like a simple move like back, forward, and then high punch. And then you have the Seventh Sister's droid strike, which requires a down, down, low punch input on the controller. And again, each one of these specials will drain your special meter bar, so you can't spam your specials. You can't just keep on spamming them. You have to actually be strategic on when you're going to use them, or if you use them at the wrong time, guess what? You've just wasted your special meter. So as you can see, this game has a ton of content in it, and I hope that someone approaches Last Jawa or somebody to make an official release of this game. Of course, I'd want this game, this fan-made game, to stay intact so people can still download it and enjoy it and give input on it, because Last Jawa did a heck of a job with this, and I think there's even more that could be done with a Star Wars fighting game like this. So the first thing that I think would be really cool to see is a tag team mode where you can play with more than one hero. So for instance, if you're playing with Obi-Wan and he gets injured, you'd be able to call in your buddy Anakin to take your place while Obi-Wan is kind of healing in the background, kind of like a tag team situation, a feature that's seen in many other fighting games. And then also a big one that I would love to see in a Star Wars fighting game is interactive environments, such as the ability to throw someone into the lava of Mustafar. How cool would that be? Or perhaps you could use your force ability to grab a tree and then smash someone with that tree on Endor. So stuff like that would be cool to see, where you can directly interact with the environments and do stuff like that. Now, in terms of online, of course, I would like to see online battles featuring all of this stuff that I mentioned, and then maybe they could do like a co-op tag team mode where you and a buddy are facing against AI or another squad in a tag team type mode to make it even more fun for you and your buddy or friends. So, you know, instead of facing off against each other, and one of you wants to throw your controller, you could be doing co-op instead and playing together and enjoying it more that way. Now, with the map selection in this game, I've mentioned it before, it's absolutely nuts what they pulled off with the map selection, but I would like to see additional maps too. Something like the underwater Gungan City would be really cool to see, and of course Vader's castle from Rogue One would be cool to see as well. So there's so much more locations that could be added to this that you wouldn't necessarily think of as lightsaber dueling arenas, but would still make really cool battlegrounds for such a Star Wars fighting game. Now, finally, we got to talk about this, because you can't talk about a Star Wars Mortal Kombat fighting game without mentioning finishing moves, and I don't believe that this fan-made game has any finishing moves just yet. I don't think it does. So I think fatalities would be really cool to see. Of course, I'm guessing that they would have to be, family friendly, but some sort of fatality system would be cool to see in a Star Wars Mortal Kombat game. They could even add stuff like friendships, which of course have been seen in Mortal Kombat. Grogu, I would imagine, would be friends of everyone if he ever made it into a Mortal Kombat style fighting game. And then of course, babyalities would be hilarious to see. Imagine Chewbacca being turned into little baby Chewbacca. That would be priceless to see at the end of a round for sure. But that's going to do it for the video. This game was an absolute blast to play. Again, hats off to Last Jawa who put it together. I cannot believe how amazing the Star Wars fighting game is. But again, maybe someday we will get an official release on the next gen consoles, the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, the PC, and maybe they'll do a cross-gen release as well. It would be so cool to see. Sound off in the comments if you want to see such a Star Wars fighting game released. And of course, I have to say this, I want Last Jawa's game to stay intact so people can download it and enjoy it, of course. I don't want anything to happen to that gen. It is absolutely incredible. But that's going to do it for the video. And let me know also, are you watching Mortal Kombat, the movie, today? I cannot wait for this movie. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan, so I cannot wait for it. So, sound off in the comments. Let me know if you're watching it. I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone, and may the Force be with you always.